Welcome back, everyone. Here we are for part two. As you know, we left off with getting ready to use our heart stencil and add some texture on top of this doily. I reset my timer. I think it's really going to help to have that timer. That way I don't go over my limit and not realize, that I've run out of time. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking. Let's just get right to getting this texture paste on here. So again, this is Texture Paste Medium. I got that right off from Amazon. And what that does is it just gives you like a raised image on your project so that you can just have that texture. This is a little bit thicker stencil than the one I used on the book. So it's going to take a little bit more paste to fill that heart in. And you just keep smoothing it over that opening until you get the thickness that you want. I need just a little bit more. And of course, the thicker you go, the longer it will take for it to dry. Okay. Of course, I want to try and get all that extra paste around the outside so that I don't waste it. And it doesn't matter to me if there's ridges in it. Other people might want that smooth. It's just what you want. I'm just going to take that off from there. And we'll put a little bit smaller one. I don't want to get in the one that I just did, so let me flip that around. And maybe we'll just put a part of one. Put a part of this. Well, maybe we'll go just like that, right in the corner. I think this one I'm going to leave just a little bit thinner. I want it just a little bit thicker than that, though. Okay. So like I said in the previous video, I am late with this. It is actually Sunday. And as soon as I get this finished, I will need to be sharing it in the reveal video. And then I'll also post all of these videos so that you guys can watch the process right away. I'm just going to grab that glop. I don't know if you can see where I'm at. I don't think you could see. Right here in the corner I had a little glop on the edge and I just gathered that up with my spatula. So I think I'm going to do, I'm kind of leaving the center part alone because that's where my image is going to be. But I think I'm going to put just a little heart right here in the corner. I don't want to get on that one. So I'm holding my stencil up. I'll go ahead and that one's not wanting to lay down. It's probably because of the stuff I have underneath. It's not letting my stencil lie flat, so I don't know if I'll get the true image that I want or not. We'll see when I get done filling it in. Sometimes you just got to see what happens when you're done with it. I was getting like a little hole in the center and I don't want that, so I have to go over that again. I don't know if you guys can see very well what I'm doing. But I'm just going over that until I get the look that I want. And that did turn out fairly well. I'm going to scrape around the edges here just a little bit. try to clean that edge up just a little bit, because like I said, it doesn't have to be precise. I just want that a little cleaner right there is all. There we go. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do with that stencil. So let's go ahead and dry that. Again, you don't want to get your heat gun too close because you don't want to cause bubbling and burning and that kind of thing, unless you want that color. I mean, sometimes you want that grunginess and you might want that burnt look, but you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. You don't want it to get too hot. That was my thickest one, so that's a little tacky. That one feels dry. Alright, so where do we want to go next? Let's see. What other stencils did I bring? I have some butterflies. I've got these butterflies. And I've got these circles, and I've got these flowers. I think I'm going to use some of these flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of, I want it to kind of like be going off the edge there, but I'm going to do like a little grouping, I think. So I'm just going to put a bunch of texture paste down there. Can you even see what I just did? There we go. And get my spatula again. I'm going to come to about over here. And as I've said, right now we're just creating some background, some interest, some depth. We still have quite a bit to do yet. This is just our foundation. I'm sorry you hear the creaking of my daughter moving upstairs. We've talked before about how this place is and how you hear every movement. It's just the way of it. She tries to move carefully, but it doesn't matter. It's just the way the floorboards are. And I tell her not to worry about it. Scrape that across there. This is a little bit thinner stencil, so it doesn't take quite as much texture paste to fill it in. I'll make sure that by these edges I've got it all good. Alright. Peel that up. Scrape off the edges. Well, I really got it thick on that edge, didn't I? Okay. So I got that. And I think we'll put a few right here. I think I got that upside down, but we'll see if it works. Let's put that one there. a minute which way it goes. Put one here. Boy, that one didn't turn out very good at all, did it? It's because I put it on top of that piece of yarn, so it's going to be a little wonky. Let's put a little one right here. A little bit more texture paste. I think I'm kind of wishing I hadn't put quite so much in that corner, but that's all right. It'll all get covered anyway, so it won't look like that in the end. Put that there. Put a little piece of one right there. Get on those threads and you don't quite get the image, but you'll still get the texture, and that's kind of what matters. So I think that's good. I don't want to overdo it too much. All right, so let's try that. That one's kind of thick, so I just want to feel it gently and see how it's drying. It's getting there, but not quite. Alright, that's feeling pretty good. So, next thing I want to do, I'm trying to think if I want to put down some color and then start putting my other embellishments, or if I want to wait and do all of the color at once. I think I might do just a little bit of color. And I think what I'm going to start with is a little bit of metallic purple. I'm just going to use my finger to kind of blend that in on some places. You see how it just kind of brings that texture out. Whoops. Just rub that in. I'm not really being too precise with it. I mean, I am going more for my raised images, but it's not bothering me if it's getting elsewhere. I kind of like how it gets around the edges there. I'm going a little darker in some places, a little lighter in others. Okay. All right. Now, let's add in a little bit of the metallic luster. I need to put some water in there. And I didn't bring any water over here. Of course I didn't. All right, we're going to wait to add that then until I start the next video because I've got about 3 minutes left anyway, so we'll add that in a minute. Let's dry that. Okay, these are the a couple of the stamps that I'm going to probably use on here, some of these images. But we'll do those a little bit later. I just wanted to show them to you while I had them in my hand because they were kind of in my way. And I have some more of these that I'm probably going to put a few of these on. Let's see. I think what we'll go ahead and do, this is where we're at so far, just to show you. Let me turn it this way so I get all of you where we're at so far. And I've only got about 2 minutes left on here, so I'm going to go ahead and end this one now. And of course, we'll come right back. It'll be part 3 for you guys. And we'll come back and I will have the metallic luster ready to go to blend in with the purple. All right, so thanks for watching. Come on back for part 3. Bye-bye.